enable. KPMG International Case Competition is playing a catalytic role in recognizing the outstanding talent of consulting in India. It is one of the most coveted honors for aspiring business students who aim to hit the bullseye in the consulting sector. This year's edition saw over 3,400 students from 39 premier institutions compete for a place in the national finals. The top 6 teams in the country, selected through 4 rounds of rigorous shortlisting, converged at the national final and exhibited their case-solving abilities to prove their mettle as future consultants. With the winner to be given the honor of representing India at the global finals in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, KICC 2018 was bigger, better and more challenging.
We are building a vertically integrated platform for traditional banking services which will be catered for their unserved and underserved markets. All the facilities these traditional banks are providing, we will be giving them the Fintech platform to cater the unserved and underserved market. For them, we will be preparing the aggregators platform, and we will be the Amazon basically for the all banking services for unserved and underserved markets in the Portuguese-speaking countries.
You talk enough about the market itself, and what's the purpose you all are achieving, and why do you think if we are the fintech company, why should we really be going into that market?
So currently the traditional banks which are already prevalent in the market have not been able to tap this segment, mainly because it might not be a high revenue generating area for them. They have not untapped that because the cost they would incur to acquire the customers would be higher as compared to the revenue that they generate because of the low spending capacity of the market that we are targeting. So using technology will help us reduce those costs. We do not have the physical infrastructure that these banks have, and we are leveraging the trust that these banks have built. So using their trust and our fintech expertise, we are trying to reduce the cost and acquire these customers.
We are here to provide a financial services application that we intend to develop through the engagement of underserved and unserved communities in the Portugal market. For this, there are 3 key strategies that we intend to really propose, and all of this begins by creating a peer interaction group, a peer networking group, by creating a social network based on several factors such as the interests of the people, the occupations, the geographical proximity, and such similar factors.
Essentially on the lending side, it's peer-to-peer lending which you are relying on. And what is the risk of default between the peers, and how are you going to cover? Because finally your platform and our platform and our brand is going to get affected if there is default.
We are creating these social groups in such a way that these are very local communities. They belong to the same community. So there's this whole issue, aspect of trust that comes into the picture. They know each other personally, and that's how the interest groups are, that's how the target groups are formed, the focus groups. So that's one aspect of it. And at the very same time, we would like to insure our products. We would like to probably somewhere down the lane, we would like to bring the whole concept of reinsurance, so that if there is a default, we have backup to ensure that such customers are catered to and their capital is not lost.
We introduce to you Project Portfin. Now, what exactly is Project Portfin? Project Portfin is something that is going to help you build a company that is not just a technology company, not just a financial services company, but actually a customer-focused fintech service company. Poverty as well as unemployment rates are very high in Portugal. We know that people do not have enough money or assets to provide us collateral, and that's why they cannot take loans from traditional banks. That is why we offer to provide a microfinancing platform whereby they can take loans without any collaterals.
How do you propose to tackle the importance of withdrawing cash, which seems to be a habit with people that are used to banking?
Sir, in order to mitigate that problem, we have the tap and pay service. The essential reason of using cash is you cannot spend e-wallet money anywhere. So that's why that is the reason we'll be collaborating with different merchants. So if you can give that platform that you can spend your e-wallet money by collaborating with grocery shops, medical shops, different stores where they can spend money, we believe that we can bring about that habit of using cashless.
Why is credit so important today? People in Portugal are struggling with unemployment and other problems. So they need to be financially mobile, and they need to create assets so that they can inculcate a habit of savings, and thereby there can be better social mobility. So the credit facility that we propose is a twofold strategy. The first one is a peer-to-peer lending, and the second one would be when we act as a platform between the banks and the final consumer or the borrower. So for this, we will be using data analytics to understand how the customers are making transactions and what is their credit worthiness.
Your customer is those people who are unbanked, right? What's their need? Where do the cash come from? Where do they spend that cash?
So among our strategies, the one that is focusing on customer acquisition and new customer onboarding would be probably credit facilities. So since the transfer payments is for the existing, like the people who are employed and who have money, who can actually transfer it to the other nations or wherever they want to.
Strategy that we recommend in the near term is establishing an online payment platform. So this is important because all the transactions of all the product lines will be routed through this platform, and the case where you have to lure more customers and increase your user base, because this is an untapped market, so we can incentivize the market with the help of firstly the cashbacks, secondly the zero balance account, which will again incentivize the low and middle income group, and thirdly adopting a slab based interest rate model.
We had to pick what you have proposed to us and now take it to Portugal. Can you give us a sense of what you have assessed of the market?
As far as the market research goes, it is very important to understand whether the product is acceptable on the part of the customers. Therefore, the best we can do from our side is to involve people like customers in our business model, that is to merchants, so that they have that kind of acceptability right from the start, because we have to achieve a broader picture of financial inclusion while maintaining our own profits. Therefore, we need to balance two of those goals.
So focusing on our customers, that is the unserved and the underserved market, and integrating it with the value that the traditional banks have, that is trust. We have come up with this model known as the Trust Pay model. Trust Pay is a platform provided to the unserved and the underserved market, which will allow them to transact online and make payments online.
As our advisors, what do you want us to take away from your presentation today, and what are our next steps?
As KPMG, we will provide you, from a start to end, we'll be assisting you in this implementation, be it like searching for the right mobile hardware shop, or searching for the target audience, or basically the whole start to end process. We'll be helping you in implementing the same.
The competition was judged by an eminent panel of judges, people who are respected and have in-depth knowledge of the industry. The jury tested the competence of every team and ensured that only the best of the best made the cut. They enabled the teams to try for excellence and also to think out of the box.
KICC is a great platform. It provides very insightful experiences. The format itself is based on real-life situations, and therefore the case study competition puts participants into these real-life situations, asking them to think about how they can actually solve them. The feedback loop in this competition allows for building greater self-awareness for each participant, and the feed-forward loop helps them actually improve performance the next time around. All participants who've actually reached the finals have been through 7 to 8 case studies, and therefore they're getting better and better. In the end, practice makes perfect, and therefore this learning element that allows you to actually improve upon your strengths and provides developmental opportunities for you to perform better is the best way to become a better professional.
When we look at future talent, we're really looking at a few very critical dimensions that we're assessing talent on. First and foremost is really their attitude and aptitude in my mind. It is about how they apply their thinking to a problem that's relatively new to them, one that's quite unstructured, and we're really looking for how they're applying themselves to that situation. New innovative ideas is what we are looking out for. We're looking for a certain freshness of thinking that comes to the table when we're seeing them perform and assess and solve the problem itself. We of course look at how they articulate themselves, how they communicate, the clarity of thought.
The KICC cases are all built from live situations by KPMG experts, and these are global case studies. So the students get exposure to what is happening in the KPMG world, the latest thinking, the latest problems we are solving for clients, and how they need to think about those problems collectively. So that's how it helps them. And when they come together in these contexts, they actually get to hear about other groups, how they are thinking, how the judges are thinking. So you put all of that together, it's a very rich learning experience for the students.
Networking is extremely important, and KICC provides an opportunity for our students to do that. It does that in many ways. First, through the zonal finals, they get to meet a number of participating teams. Thereafter, for regional finals and for the finals, they get to meet KPMG judges, partners and coaches. And also the winning team goes across to Malaysia this time and gets to meet about 22 participants from other countries. And therefore, it provides a huge opportunity not just to share perspective, but also build confidence.
The prestigious national final of KICC 2018 witnessed an august gathering of experts and champions from diverse sectors. While the esteemed jury deliberated on the winner, Manav Jeet, Managing Director and CEO of Rubik, provided thought-provoking insights into his journey, a narrative for the budding consultants to draw inspiration from.
For me, 20 plus years as a banker, I have worked with the best of banks like HDFC, heading the whole retail bit, reporting to MD. Then I started a company for Reliance Consumer Finance from zero, basically from drawing board. But 3 years back, I started thinking about what was happening in our whole ecosystem. There are a lot of startups coming up. That what exactly I can do, because so when you start initially that you want to have a larger role, sometimes you think about money, a whole lot of stuff comes to your mind. When I started off in this financial services bit, so overall the market was there, loan was like, for example, it was seen like as a not a great kind of a thing. You should not, so most of the times you used to go to a bank to apply for a loan and for a car or a home or property, whatever. It used to take a lot of time. But what is happening today is something to do with how we are changing as consumers. And what is most important today is convenience and speed. Specifically when you talk about financial services, so like if I just talk about maybe loan as a product category, so it's like a derived need. So all you need is speed and turnaround time. And that's where the combination of finance and technology comes into play. As a company, like for example, when we have done today around close to $300 million plus disbursements, we have more than 100,000 plus customers. So it's very important to know that where all you can go wrong. Even today when we discuss, they are the smartest of the kids who are coming from a tech side and all that. But only thing I have to tell them that I have seen most groups compared to you. So I'll just tell you where not to get carried away.
The 4-month-long journey of KICC 2018 came to an end with the announcement of the winners. The team from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, was conferred with the runner-up title. And the award for India National Champion KICC 2018 was won by the team from SP Jain Institute of Management and Research, Mumbai. Along with the prize money of 1 lakh rupees, the team also received the honor of representing India at the KICC International Final in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia.
Many congratulations to the winner. A proud moment for students of SP Jain Institute of Management and Research, Mumbai. KPMG International Case Competition is a great platform for identifying and celebrating the best talent in the country. It is a real-life case study-based competition, and this year's theme on Fintech has been more relevant than ever before. As I always remember the famous Benjamin quote, "Tell me and I'll forget. Teach me and I'll remember. Involve me and I will learn." This platform provides a very effective way of involving and learning. So not only to the winners, but every participant in this competition, I will strongly urge that continue your journey of learning and self-development. Once again, congratulations to the winner and all the best to each and every participant in this competition. Thank you.
It has been a thrilling experience. We have had such diverse case studies, such complicated work, and we just always tried to give our best, and somehow we have made it so far, and we are very happy that we are here. Strategy was something that we took a while to build a strategy that has got us to here this day. So the idea was that initially when we were working, there were a lot of things that we were missing out. Like in the campus round itself, we felt that there were a lot of things that we could improve. So what we did was we constantly talked to our seniors, we talked to mentors, we tried to see how consultants actually work. And by doing a lot of research and all, we tried to understand like what are the things that we could improve on. And I think that is what has got us so far. I think the major takeaway was that how does it feel to be in a consultant's shoes, and how do you analyze a case that is so data intensive in a period of 3 hours, put yourself out there and see what a consultant would do and then actually come up with an output. So next is internationals, and I think there is a lot that we can still learn. There is a lot we can improve. So we are going to talk to a lot of KPMG mentors, we are going to talk to seniors again, we are going to do more research than we have done before, and we are going to fix whatever has gone wrong after taking feedback. And I think that's going to be our strategy. We'll work on our weaknesses and then go forward.
So the entire experience has been amazing so far, and mainly because unlike other cases, one unique aspect about KICC is that you need to solve the case within 3 hours. So when you do that, it's those 3 hours which matter a lot, and that's where your team dynamics also come into the picture. The one aspect where we could have improved more was to drill each one of us a little more in the topics which we have chosen for our case study analysis, and drill each one of us. There are a number of reasons why one team should take part in KICC. The most important reason being the learning experience. So right from campus to regional to national round, the entire KPMG team is very, very proactively involved with us, and there's mentoring session throughout. Our main suggestion and recommendation would be to work on the speed if they want to participate and have a good chance of winning, because as I was mentioning earlier, since this is going to be for those 3 hours which matter a lot.
The intensive and engaging experience of KICC provided all participants with necessary impetus towards fulfilling their aspirations.
The journey has been spectacular. We're competing with best of the B schools. We got to learn a lot being an undergraduate college. We had put in our own efforts as well. And of course the mentoring session, the case studies and the external help that we had sought. All in all, that has made us a stronger team now.
Detailing our presentation in terms of proposed methodologies and how to give a detailed professional touch to whatever we are suggesting, polishing our suggestions and coming up with true stakeholder relationship patterns is what the judges helped us.
KICC has been a very different learning experience for us. So mostly the format of the competition is very different and it makes us think more on our feet.
So I think it's been a great learning experience for all of us. And when we started out back in the campus round, we were new to both the format and as well as these case competitions. And coming till the finals up till now, it's been a great learning experience because we've come across different presentations, we've come across different perspectives, different teams. That way it's added a lot to our learning.
KICC or the KPMG International Case Competition is a very significant platform for us, one that we've invested in over the many years. It is really our connect with our potential young talent for the future. It allows us to reach out, connect with the student population across the top schools in the country, taking what the firm is all about to them and giving them an exposure to the real world corporate problems that we're so busy solving. It actually is our form of investing in future talent for corporate India, allowing students to get an exposure to what we deal with, giving them a sense and an opportunity to adopt their learnings from the B school and school curriculums into real world corporate problems. So it is a significant platform for us, I repeat, one which allows us to then look for future talent that we could hire and bring on board. It also allows students to understand us, get to know what the firm is all about, and make their right decisions going forward.